I'm actually super interested in getting attention. So I'm starting YouTube up again. I don't know if I'm going to be consistent about it or if I'm going to post videos. In my head, my imagination, I am going to be consistent about it, and I will be consistent. I will be consistent about it in my imagination. So we'll see what that looks like. But I mostly wanted to talk about the anti-mandate attitudes because I've been saying a lot of the same stuff for a bit now when it comes to them, because I've seen some like hyperbolic comments on it, such as it's authoritarianism, which is the main one. People want to argue that people have the right to gauge their own risk tolerance and they should be able to do whatever they want, which is something that I'm fine with in stuff like, I don't know, seatbelts have laws on it, and I don't really care about seatbelt laws, or life jackets. Of course, I don't really care if those laws exist either, because there's perfectly good reasons to have them, such as we don't want a parent dying and orphaning their kids, and that just strains the entire system. But with COVID, the big difference is that vaccines greatly reduce transmission, and they greatly reduce hospitalization, and they greatly reduce death, which are all major things. But the transmission part is the most important when it comes to the freedom part, because being able to spread it and take away people's own health is where these gauge your own risk tolerance stuff becomes irrelevant. You can't really gauge your own risk tolerance. I mean, you can, and the people who are doing it poorly, but they technically have that right, but they don't have the right to spread it to other people. This is why restaurants have regulations on who can serve food. You have to serve at a certain, you have to refrigerate stuff at a certain temperature or cook stuff at a certain temperature, because we're not allowed to get people sick on purpose. And public health is pretty imperative to freedom, because being dead is the least amount of freedom you can possibly have. And this is where the mandates come in. And I personally do not care about someone's right to not be vaccinated, because that's literally the only right they're losing. If you're vaccinated, your day-to-day life doesn't change at all. And that if that's the only thing you're losing, then I don't know, maybe just accept it, because no one complains about clothing laws, right? There's public decency laws, and those have much less material impact, right? We make these trade-offs all the time, and right now there's an attention to the vaccines because there's a lot of disinformation about the vaccines. Thank you.